shut me off. But I was saying, I'm not worried about terms and specific words and titles and names of things, because just think about it logically, y'all. How many languages are there on this planet Earth? A lot, okay? There's different languages, and you know, we're all going to call a tree something else, because we're going to call it whatever we call it in our language, okay? But we're talking about the same thing. So it's the same with these spiritual concepts and realities, y'all. Don't be so caught up on terms and names of things, okay? And you need to learn how to look at the actual meaning, the message that it's communicating. What is it actually talking about? If you can learn to look at the world in that way, and spirituality and religion in that way, you're going to be able to put the pieces together in ways that you can't when you limit yourself by these terms that religions give you. So, yeah, the Holy Spirit, Hekate, your higher self, cosmic soul, goddess Ishtar, even the deified version of the Virgin Mary in Catholicism as the mother of Christ. All of it, it's talking about the same being, the divine feminine, okay? Akasha. Like I said, all these terms are talking about the same thing. And you're going to find that out if you study. Study what these different religions and spiritualities, all the terms that I just mentioned, go research that. Don't research the word, but research what they're describing when they describe that word. And see if those descriptions are the same or not. They are, okay? Even like these theologians in the Catholic Church and stuff will say that the Holy Spirit is feminine, okay? They'll describe it like that. Even they say it's called the Comforter, the Helper. That sounds more feminine to me than masculine. Okay, so yeah, we're supposed to all just leave, y'all. It's supposed to be another Exodus repeating. It's a cycle, like I told y'all. These Antichrist systems. Go watch my global conspiracy videos. I'm not going to break it down again, but when these Antichrist systems rise, which they always inevitably do, in the patriarchy system, in the matrix system, where there's governments that get all this power and absolute power and shit, it always inevitably leads to one person trying to rule it all. And really their enemy is Christ consciousness, which is the consciousness that you're free, that your spirit is divine, and that you have freedom over your own self. That's their true enemy, okay? So I don't view it in a religious term that the devil is against Jesus, okay? They're not beings like you and I. They're not physical beings. They're consciousnesses. And like I told y'all, we living humans, are the ones that entertain which consciousness we're going to have. So, these spiritual conflicts that are happening, understand that, like I told y'all before too, spirit and mind is the same thing. Your spirit and your mind are the same thing. Spirituality and psychology are the same thing. You just have to understand. So whether or not you entertain a specific consciousness or a specific spirit, that spirit and consciousness does exist somewhere, okay? That was the only part that I didn't understand before. I thought that only if it existed in people did it exist. inherently, but actually these things do inherently exist, whether or not any person living is a vessel to them or not. But anyway, yeah, so it's a spiritual, mental war in consciousness, okay? So understand that. Okay. I don't really know where I was going with all this, y'all. Kind of just rambling. Well, I was talking about the different things that Hekate said were coming. We can expect severe weather. Like severe, y'all. Right now we have this hurricane. Like literally right now, it's probably making landfall in Mexico as I speak. Hurricane Patricia. And you know, a couple weeks ago or so, we had that Hurricane Joaquin. And, you know, thank the spirits that one didn't, you know, truly make landfall. But it just traveled up the coast and then went back out to sea, but on the eastern coast of the United States. But this one that's hitting in Mexico is actually Category 5. They're saying it's the strongest hurricane in recorded history. They're saying it's the strongest hurricane in 30 years, which is ironic that they're saying it's the strongest hurricane in 30 years because if y'all look this up too, this blood moon that we had they're saying was the closest, you know, when the moon orbits the earth, it has the farthest point away from the earth and the closest point to the earth. And that varies also. It's not the same every year or every whatever. It's different. And they're saying that this blood moon was the closest to the earth in 32 years. So these things are all not coincidences, y'all, like I told you. Everything that Hekate tells me, usually it's like 3 to 6 months in the future. And then as we approach closer to the time, to the event that she told me about, I noticed that the astrology usually verifies and says the same thing that she said. So, you know, I used to follow astrology, but now that she talks to me, it's like the next step up from even needing astrology. She tells me everything in advance. So that's how come I know that astrology really is real. Because, you know, she tells me this stuff, and then the astrology just verifies it later on. So, yeah. Follow astrology, y'all. If you can't talk to spirits yet, if you can't talk to Hekate yet, then at least follow astrology, because it's really true. It does truly give the same information that Hekate says to people. So, what else can we expect? What else has she told me about the demonic attacks and all that? You can expect people to be attacking you. I mean, just in the past week, I have come under so much attack from these different people on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that. Just attacking me for no reason. They're attacking my spirituality, attacking my connection to Source. They're constantly telling me that I'm not the true Oracle of Hekate. And I've always had haters, y'all, but just within the past week or so, it has like amplified times, like 50% at least. I mean, it's been a lot of people all at once. And go watch my video about CERN and the blood moon in Hekate and Hecate's descent that I posted previously to this past week. And I was warning y'all that that was coming. Even after I posted that video, there was that story in the news about Debbie from Ghost Hunters, which she was a psychic, a witch. Her husband murdered her, and the roommate that she was with, who I'm assuming was probably a witch too. I mean, obviously, witches associate with other witches, so the husband got possessed, as I warned y'all was going to happen, and he went after her and killed her. So, that's something else we can expect in this 3 years. And like I told y'all, everything that she told me to expect, she also said that it was going to get worse and worse as the 3 years of her descent went on. So, everything that you're seeing manifest now, just know that each year, as we approach to the third year, it's going to get worse and worse and worse and more intense. So we can expect that witches are going to come under attack again. And when I say witches, I don't mean Wiccans and wannabe witches. I mean people who are truly witches. And the word witch means wise. So I truly, when I say that word, don't think of the stigma that's attached to it. Because when I use the word witch, I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about any person that has a true spiritual connection to the source. I'm talking about any person that truly has Christ consciousness. So I don't care what religion you are. I don't care if you're no religion. When I use the word witch, I'm talking about these people who are truly wise and connected to the source. We're all going to come under attack by these demons because they hate us, because we can control them, we can bind them, we can, do the exact same thing that Hekate can do to them because she's in us. We can do the same thing, we can keep them in check. So understand that whenever you come under these attacks, all you have to do is rebuke the demons. And I know that sounds like a Christian thing to say, but once again, like I told you, look past the religion connotations to it. Don't dismiss it automatically just because one religion describes it in this way. We know that Hekate has the power to loose or bind all things, and she has power over all other spirits, okay? Even the gods worship Hekate. Even Zeus, somewhere in his godly place, he has an altar to Hekate. He worships her, okay? He prays to her. So understand that. They're saying that Zeus is the king of the gods or whatever, but he actually prays and worships Hekate. They all know that she's the supreme. So these people in voodoo who are trying to say and deny what I'm saying, that even the voodoo loas are subject to Hekate. I'm not the only one saying that, okay? I'm not just pulling that out of thin air and saying that. Go read the book Hekate Zotera by Sarah Johnston, okay? And look past what your religion says. Look at just the meaning of what that book is describing when it describes these demons or earthbound spirits or whatever. And how they're all subject to Hekate. I mean, that's just the truth. Even in the voodoo religion, they say that Bondi, however you pronounce it, the supreme god, rules over below us. So, I mean, people in religion are always going to hate me and hate on me, I guess, because they don't want to see the world as it truly is. They want to see it as their religion and as their belief system because, they feel safe with that. So I'm not really worried about it. People who want to know truth are going to find out. People who don't want to know it are not going to find out, okay? And that's just the way it is. And I've come to accept that. So, if you find yourself watching these videos, if this all resonates with you, good, it's a good thing. If not, then, you know, oh well, you don't have to leave a fucked up comment, okay? You know, it is what it is. You know, a lot of these people will attack me as a person. They'll attack my voice. They'll attack just me as a person, but, you know, they won't touch my message, okay? What does that tell you? But alright, you know, I guess that's all I'm going to say in this video. I don't know why I even led all to this, but I guess that's what I was being led to say to y'all. Okay, so, alright, blessed be y'all. Hell to the witches and hell.